Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show, episode 375. It is a Sunday night, and you know what that means. I'm your host, Raul Alejandro Mendoza, there, Chicano, alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Sunday night.
Yes, sir. The last one for 2 more years, a House of the Dragon Sunday night, but we have what's it called, another spinoff next year. But we'll talk about all that and more after we get to talking about how have you been, Brad?
I have been okay. I really didn't do much today.
Just watched the
Um,
43-minute movie, right?
just watched a 43-minute movie. I did do that. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, I went ahead and I made the voyage to watch M. Night Shyamalan's new film.
I mean, M. Night's always a 50-50 in my eyes. It could go really well or it could go
Better than the
really
last ones
bad.
he's made, but I'm not saying much about that. I'll say it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'll tell you that it's a lot of fun because holy shit, it's a mess. But yeah, that was something I did today, Brad. Um, yeah, I did that today, and when came back home, watched this. I had to record some videos for my channel and all that stuff, and played with my new wireless mic. So
Ooh,
went ahead and did that
that's
stuff. But yeah, just that's all I did today, man. Not a lot going on. I was just all day today. I was like, House of the Dragon, House of the
How's the
Dragon,
draft?
House
That's
of
how
the
I was.
Dragon.
I've been waiting for this all day, even though I have to work tomorrow. So
Yeah, yeah. Sucks, right, Brad? Sucks.
I don't know.
Sucks to be
I
what's it
had
called.
5 days off, so I think I probably need to go back to work.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you gotta come back. You gotta come back."
You got you
Um,
you just you can't take 5 days off anymore.
yeah, you can't take 5 days off anymore. Um, we got Stacy in the chat. What's up? Oh yeah, Game of Thrones
Christy.
House of Pancakes is next, isn't it? No,
Mm,
yeah, sure,
pancakes.
yeah, pancakes. Um, but Brad, before we actually get into review, I think we can talk about that. It's not spoilers, but we got what's it called? Before the episode actually dropped, they showed a little bit of a sneak peek at what's coming next year, and oh my god, if we thought this year was stacked, holy crap, we got a lot of just from HBO alone, Brad. Just
And
from HBO
like I told
alone,
you, we still this year have the Penguin
we got the
dropping.
Penguin and Doom Prophecy.
Yeah, so we still got good stuff coming from
Yeah,
HBO this year.
but holy shit, next year you have it. Well, we got a teaser trailer. We got little teasers for it. Welcome to Derry. We got for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is another one of their spin-offs that they're doing for Game of Thrones.
Okay.
We have of course the Last of Us season 2 that's coming out next year as well, and I think that was it from like stuff that we'll be covering. The stuff that we'll be covering for sure. Those are the three, but they got a lot of other stuff for people like White Lotus season 3 and all that stuff for
Yeah.
them. So there's a lot coming out, Brad. Those three are the ones that really caught my eye, the ones that I want to watch because they're the ones that I've been looking forward to the most. But yeah, Brad, what you think about the little teasers?
I mean, I haven't looked at them yet, but
You didn't get them in the episode?
no, I didn't.
No?
Mm-mm.
What the hell? And you get ads, Brad.
Yeah, no, I didn't get any of those in the episode.
So yeah, before the episode starts, they had those little teasers. Unless you skipped that shit.
I might have skipped that shit.
Yeah, I think you did skip that shit, huh? Yeah.
Because what you had sent me, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they just gave you like little teasers here, like it's their little promotionals, like coming in 2025 shit.
Okay.
It was like what's it called? It was all those shows, and it was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. It looks really good. Yeah, really really excited for those three shows. I
So,
mean, those are the ones we're gonna be for sure covering on
do
this show.
do we know how many seasons House of the Dragon is going to be?
We already have season 3 renewed.
Yeah, but how many total seasons is? Because
There's
last time
another.
it was 8.
There's still another book that needs to be written from what's it called?
From George.
Yeah,
It's never gonna
so
happen.
there's Fire and Blood, which I need to ask my brother, like, where are we in like Fire and Blood? But then there's Blood and Fire, which still hasn't been released yet.
All I'm saying is, if we have 8 seasons for this series again, And if we keep
I don't think so.
going the rate we are for 2 years, I will be 50 before this is done.
I don't think so, Brad. I think we have like at least 5 seasons or 4.
Okay.
I cannot see this going for 8. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Like there is no way we're going at 8 now. Like it's got to be 4 or 5 at this point. Um, but yeah, Brad, yeah, no. That's no way that's happening, right? Because that's too much. That is too much. Just like
My fear is these shows will outlive longer than me.
yeah. Well, and I think about I think about a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, like that can't be more than 2 seasons, Brad.
Okay.
That's not more than 2 seasons.
Okay.
Um, that story does not warrant a 5 season. What's it called? A narrative.
I'm sure a lot of the spinoffs, and I love George's death. I know he's getting his right on for Elden Ring and the rest of that, and whatever Dark Souls thing is coming up. But finish the book.
Yeah.
Just George.
Well, he's got
finish the
he's
book.
got 2 books from like the Game of Thrones series that he's supposed to finish. He's got Blood and Fire that he needs to finish, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. That's
How
like,
old is George R. Martin again?
I don't know. I don't know how old George is.
I mean, I know he's told us to F off everyone who's stated this. But George, age is just not a number.
75. He's 75 and he's a big boy.
The average age people live, or the max age most men live to, or the average, I guess, max is 76.
Oh man. Who knows, Brad? Who knows how long? I mean, I don't know, Brad. That's a Weddle question, my brother. That's for us to ask him about like how long. I mean, where are we in this book?
I mean, are we going to have AI George R. Martin writing this? Is that what's going to end up happening?
Yeah. Which I have what's it called? I have Fire and Blood, Brad, which I haven't read. But it's like, yeah, I wonder where we are in that book. But I think you guys don't care anymore. I think you want to hear us talk. So, conveniently in time for Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max streaming bundle, you can do without a kidney, right? Yep. You say, but then comes Rings of Power season 7. Gandalf gets his wizarding license. Yep. At least we still got that to look forward to, Brad.
I mean, and except when did we review that? What year was that?
That was 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on this 2 year.
Yeah. 2-year journey. At least next year we get another Game of Thrones prequel, but like,
yeah, that's true.
I don't know how like epic that show will be, because that story isn't like this at all. Yeah. But I know that book is significantly shorter, and that is only one book. You don't need more than one for that one. So I would really like to sit down and read the Sir Duncan Egg story. But let's go ahead and get this going, Brad. So without further ado, this episode is brought to you by this episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek, and we'll tell you a little bit about that in a bit. But for now, if you have not watched this episode, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen this episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Brad, let's go ahead and do this thing. Season 2, episode 8, The Queen Who Ever Was.
Can I just post how I feel about this title?
This bothers Brad.
Yeah. This is how I feel about this title. This picture right here. Yep, this picture right here.
Oh my god. The Queen Who Ever Was. As Aemon becomes more volatile, Larys plots an escape while Rhaenyra looks to press her advantage. Directed by Gita Vasant Patel and written by and based on Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin. created by Ryan J. Condal and George R. R. Martin, and written for television by Sarah Hess, and story edited by Ty Mickle. The episodes and series stars Matt Smith, Emma Darcy, Olivia Cook, Reese Infans, Steve Toussaint, Fabian Frankel, Matthew Needham, Sonoya Mizuno, Tom Glenn Carney, Ewan Mitchell, Faya Sabin, Harry Collette, Bethany Antonia, Phoebe Campbell, and yeah, a lot more people. A lot of people. There's a lot of people in this fucking show, guys. Like, yeah. Let's see. Do we have anything here for trivia that we can tell y'all? Yeah. Um. Oh well, here you go, Brad. The episode title is a play on Rhaenys Targaryen's sobriquet, the Queen Who Never Was.
Yeah.
That's your
We know,
title.
we know
That's
that.
your that's your
Yeah.
that's your fucking
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So that's the spoiler
Yeah.
right there. So they took it off that, and the Queen Who Ever Was.
Yeah. It's a play on that, Brad.
Yeah, no,
It still bothers Brad
it's
because
still,
it's not
but
grammatically
like
correct.
I don't think it's grammatically correct. Now. I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have just gone with the Queen Who Never Was because that's what they named the boat.
Yeah. Brad, what a finale. We are now done with this season, and we're going to have to wait 2 more years for season 3. Brad, what are your initial thoughts on episode 8?
This is my initial thoughts right here in this picture. I am like okay, so the episode's good.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way, right?
Episode's good. Like let's just get that out of the way. Um, but big but for the past 2 episodes, we've been expecting a climactic ending for the season finale because the past 2 episodes have been slow, methodical, well put together episodes that are leading to this epic battle that we know is happening. And what does HBO do to us? They throw in another slow, methodical, great episode that's leading to a climactic battle 2 years from now.
Yep.
So to get this, just to say, like, I enjoy this show. I like the politics going on here. Allison's plan is not going to work because of people who had other plans that we saw. We saw Larys taking Aegon away. Sorry, I had to figure out Aemon or Aegon. So we see Larys taking Aegon away, basically saving his life from his brother. And Allison's plan, like, she was going to give Aegon up. And that whole storyline is like, holy crap. Like,
that is going to be a massive play coming to season 3 where
that's going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's so okay, Brad. I love this episode. Once again, I've loved this season. I love this show so much. But I can't help but feel the way I felt in Doom Part 1 where fucking Chani looks at Paul and says, "This is only the beginning."
Or what's the Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, movie? Spider-Man into the Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. Basically.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling.
And you're like
fucking
where's
the rest?
Like we're once again, which okay. I make it seem like I'm mad and I make it seem like I don't like it, but I do. But I'll say this. It works exactly how it needs to work, and it's just as a compelling and powerful ending as season 1's ending was, where we get where Rhaenyra is just angry and she's and sad that that they killed Jay. Not Jace. It's I can't remember the kid's name, Brad.
It begins with an A.
Yeah, I can't remember the kid's name.
It's probably not Aemon, but it could be Aemon.
No, it's not. It's not. It's fucking. I can't remember his name. But yeah. But I have to say this, Brad. I really like this episode. There is so much going on here that I want to go. What's it called? Like I really want to talk about all of them all at once, but I have to go ahead and get. I have to let us like simmer here. Let's go ahead and just take it slow here. But I
Was it
I, I
Luke? Lucerys?
Lucerys,
Luke.
Lucerys. And that ending to me was so powerful. And then this one is like this one isn't like this. Like my eyes are peeled back, and I'm like, oh, that's the face of a woman who's about to fuck shit up. This one was like a, I know where we're going, and I think what's about to go down is going to be a lot more messier than we're expecting.
Well, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing all the best laid plans, as
Yeah,
you could say. Like everyone has a best laid plan. Like, you know, Aemon's running to the hills at this point. He's running
yeah.
scared. He's trying to get any and all dragons he can up to the Red Keep to King's
Yo, please
Landing.
stand by. uh,
Exactly. Thank you, HBO.
yeah,
Um, but yes, so we have Aegon running scared, trying to get all the dragons he can to King's Landing, to the Red Keep, in order to protect what he can. He's even tried to get Helena, you know,
yeah.
to ride her dragon to battle. And she's like, I don't
Nope.
do that. And then you have Alicent, who her plan is basically to give up Aegon
Yeah,
and just let Rhaenyra into the doors and for her to take the throne and just be done with it. And then whatever happens to Aemon happens to Aemon. And then you have Rhaenyra, who is feeling pretty confident right now. She's got 7 dragons. She's got she has Daemon back, which we'll talk more about because that was a pretty powerful scene right there. Um,
yeah,
and so she has Daemon back, and she's feeling pretty confident. She's probably feeling even more confident now that Alicent has stepped in and said, "Let's just end this. We'll, when Aemon rides off, we'll let you through the gates, and we'll give you Aegon, and then be done with it."
yeah,
But Alicent doesn't know that Clubfoot kind of ruined all that because he's saving her son, which he probably thought was the best thing to do because he's the king. So for once, Lord Larys, who burned his whole family, is trying to save his other family. But going back to Rhaenyra, I think she's overly confident and she has good meaning to be, but I don't think she understands who she has riding her dragons.
yeah,
Specifically, 2 people she has riding her dragons that are
yeah,
questionable. One that's very questionable, in Ulf.
yeah, yeah. So I have to say, what's it called? I want to go first. I want to talk about what's it called? Like you're saying, the whole issue with the bastard writers. So there's one specific bastard writer who's going to be a little bit of a thorn on the side. Who, what's it called? Like, look, Jace isn't being really, what's it called?
Cordial?
Cordial here. He's being a little bit like he's jealous. He's obviously jealous,
He's trying to throw his weight around
yeah.
being, royalty or
But
lord.
this dude also shouldn't be talking like that to Rhaenyra.
This man's coming in and he's like has his feet up on the table where they eat, and
Mm-hmm.
he's demanding birds. He's demanding birds to eat. He's demanding more wine, and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
you might feel necessary, but there's a limit. I'm sorry, there's a
Mm-hmm.
limit on what that necessity means, and keep toeing the line. They'll find another fucking dragon rider.
Yeah. So you know, in that whole dynamic there, it's like, okay, you have Hugh Hammer, very devoted. He's ready. He's like, you need me to do what I need to do. Um, you have what was his name? Alan, right?
Adam,
Adam,
Adam of
Adam,
Hall.
Adam of Hall, who what's it called is like, okay, well, Adam is kind of like, we'll
Adam's the most
figure
loyal.
out who's gonna be the bitch later. Like, who cares? Like, we need to like think about the grand picture here.
Yeah,
We have to figure out how we're gonna attack
like if we lose, we all fucking lose.
the Bastard Riders. My new Bob Sager cover band. Yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, this other dude's kind of like, "Heh, I got a dragon. I'm cool. Like, who cares a shit about y'all? Like, and obviously that's gonna rub Jace the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, Jace already dislikes this idea,
Yeah,
and I think he can make room for Adam and Hugh because they're towing the line, but
yeah.
Ulf is just an
Ulf,
idiot.
yeah, yeah. I think that Ulf is gonna just, yeah, Ulf is gonna be kind of a,
Ulf is going to do what's best for Ulf.
yeah, yeah. So what's it called? Who knows how that's gonna work? But what's it called? Off is really playing a line here. But I did like the what's it called? I did like the scene with Jace and Bela. He's like, Bela is like, what's it called? It's not of a prince to pout, and Jace is like, "I'm not
I'm
pouting.
not pouting.
I'm not pouting." Like, bro, like I get it. Deep down in Jace is this massive identity crisis of feeling like he's not Targaryen enough because he's a bastard, and he knows. But Jace, everybody's telling you, bro, we don't give a shit that you're a bastard. At least the ones who matter in this scheme, in this grand scheme of things, all of them are saying, we don't care. We don't care that you're a bastard. Of course, that's not exactly what everybody outside thinks, but at least the
No,
ones who are beside you, you know, they're like, we don't care that you're a bastard.
but he keeps forgetting that he's heir to the throne that they're fighting for,
Yeah.
and that overtakes any of the whispers of him being a bastard,
Yeah.
whether it's true or not to people.
True or
Like
not,
he is heir.
you're still Rhaenyra's son.
Yeah.
You are the only living heir of her throne. Like,
Other than
so
the two babies.
yeah, the two babies, which what's it called? We haven't seen those babies at all,
No,
huh?
they got left in the last episode because she was going off after
Yeah.
is it sheep stealer, sheep
Yeah.
herder, one of those.
I'm sure those babies will come into play soon. But um yeah, so what's it called? That I really like that scene though with Bela, and I think that I think that Jace just I think this idea of like, the identity crisis with Jace, it's like just get it through your fucking head, bro. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anybody, all the people who matter, just accept that you're a bastard and be like, it doesn't matter because you are still the rightful heir to Rhaenyra's line of succession. But
Yeah,
yeah, and then of course, man, I loved the scene with Corlys and what's his name, Brad? What was his
now
name?
you asked me to remember the other son's name, and I'm blanking.
Yeah.
This is right
What,
after the episode, people.
that wasn't the Grand Maester. It was what's his name? It's just the guy who's commanding his fleet. The
Yeah.
one who's like was right there with him. I I love that because Corliss isn't thinking about he's like what's it called like oh it's like what's it called like now you think of me like how long which it made it seem like his dad was his dad, right?
hmm
Yeah. And he's like, now you guys, now you need us. Like, I'm over
Alan.
here.
It's
Huh?
Alan of Hull.
Alan of Hall. Yeah. That's who I was thinking of, Brad.
Yeah,
Alan. Yeah.
that should
So
be
what's it
really
called?
easy to remember because Alan and Adam, you would think.
Alan and Adam. Yeah. Yeah. So Alan is kind of like, like now you think of us, which I thought it was a great episode, great, what's it called? Delivery of those lines, man. I
Oh,
think he did a great job.
the fury behind those words of, I'll do my duty, but don't expect any more from me. And when all this is said and done, I will continue to do it as I always have, alone.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy fuck, like that's telling you're fucking missing dad off. if he didn't want to claim you then,
Yeah. He ain't
he's not
going to
gonna
claim
let
you
him claim
now.
him now.
He ain't going to claim you now.
Mm-mm.
And it's just,
I mean, look how he treated Adam. Like,
yep.
and I mean, he could really only get out a yeah, good job,
Good job. Yeah.
good job, good job,
Even
good job,
after
buddy.
Rainey's told them, like we shouldn't be keeping them, what's it called, to the side. Like they should be front and center with us. Like
Yeah,
they're not what's it called,
and Corliss can't bring himself to do it because he feels shame in some way, even though all these royal lines have bastards running around everywhere.
yeah,
At least you could do is call out the ones that like accomplish something.
yeah. which is like, it's kind of the same. It's like I feel like Corliss is acts the way that Ned would have acted if Jon Snow was his actual bastard son,
Yeah.
because Ned was such an honorable man who, like, he couldn't, like, the idea of Ned, impregnating somebody else who wasn't Catelyn just was something that was just so embarrassing to him.
Yeah. And
So
that might have been it. He didn't want to embarrass Rhaenys with his,
yeah,
you know, goings
infidelity.
ons. Mm.
But yeah, all these names in Game of Thrones: Hold the Door, Tim, For the Glory of the House of Jones.
Okay,
uh,
I think we've covered a lot, but we still have not covered Damon bending the
yeah.
knee.
Well, so look, this whole time everybody's kind of been like, Damon's just an Harrowhawk. He's going crazy. Like, what's all this about? And it's like,
It all has a point.
it all has a point. It all has a point. He's been building this army, and for a second, they make it seem like he's gonna take up and he's gonna, what's it called, go against Rhaenyra. But we
But
get,
but before that,
yes,
before that, with Alice Rivers and
yes,
is it the Weirwood?
yes, which to me was, I love that scene because it once again reinforces what we've seen Game of Thrones. It was constantly told, like, you got all of y'all in these seasons, y'all are just a part in this chessboard for this massive thing that we're trying to accomplish here. And she finally gets it through Damon. You have to bend the knee for Rhaenyra because your part in this is small, but it's going to lead to this massive thing. And we get a Daenerys cameo, we get the White Walkers, we get, what's it called, we get a vision of how of what of Damon's death. And it's just, I loved it, man. I love that whole vision. I thought it was fantastic. But it finally made it click in Damon, where it's like, I'm just a small piece in this. Of course, he doesn't know that that's Daenerys. He doesn't know that
No, he
that's, what's
doesn't
it
know any of
called.
that, but he knows. He knows now the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes, and that,
And it took Alice Rivers basically haunting this man to
yeah,
break him down to the point where he was ready to believe in this.
yeah,
However long he was there at Harrenhal,
yeah.
she was haunting him
But
steadily.
you know, Helena is in that vision, and he's talking to her. So I bring this up, Brad. What is going on there? Is that Helena? Does Helena have Brand's powers, or was that
She
just
she
like,
ha- she has some sort of powers. Like we knew she has visions,
yeah,
and it's almost like she's connected maybe to the Three-Eye Raven in
the
some
Three Eye
way.
Raven? Yeah.
So
So
I mean I think Alice Rivers is probably more connected to the Three-Eye Ravens, and that's how she sees all this shit.
yeah,
But Helena might also be another one who's connected to that because remember she had that conversation with Aegon, and she told Aegon, "I saw what you did."
yeah, yep. So like, kind of,
She can warg.
War, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, so I was like, okay, that she must be, what's it called? She must be somehow, part of the Three Eye Raven, where she, what's it called? Where she kind of like sees these visions and sees, and I'm sure that, like, the hawk, the, what's it called, Raven coming in was, what's it called, Bran again. Like, we're just thinking about it, where it's like, oh, it's just Bran watching all this happen. But um, it was nice to see that we kind of get a little bit of a confirmation that the Helena is also one of those, where it's like, hey, Helena's place is not on a dragon. It's in the skies.
but
It's a different type of, what's it called, the aerial thing.
but the conversation she has with Aegon, there is a lot to kind of peel away from that.
Aegon or Aemond?
Aemon, sorry,
Yeah, Aemond. Yeah, Aemond.
these names are too similar. So yes, so the conversation she has with Aemon has a lot of layers to it that we don't probably understand. Like she says, Aegon sits on the throne of wood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know that. And then she basically tells Aemon, "And you'll be dead."
Yep.
So does that
Yep.
mean Aegon returns at some point? I mean, Laris like escapes with him. We see that.
Became white.
To probably poor Allison's detriment, because Allison's plan right now is like she can stop this, and Lord Laris thinking he's doing the right thing by saving this
Yeah.
saving Aegon.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of might I put in a wrench in it.
Yeah. Also, before we actually talked like the massive stuff there, but I the stuff with Talon, the Lannister.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, mud wrestling.
Yeah, mud wrestling, and then it's like, hey, I want you to what's it called? Give me children, and he's thinking like, what?
Me and you,
And
me
he's
and
like,
you.
no, my wives. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, oh my god.
All right. Well, okay.
I'm like, all right,
So that's how the Lannisters all came to be.
yeah, yup. And then my brother's like, what's it called? Well, you wonder where what's it called? The Tyrion gets his high sex drive from, bro. Yeah, but I thought that was funny. Obviously that's now they've got a fleet. They've got a fleet now.
Hmm.
So all these pieces are moving correctly on the chessboard. Everything is set, but we have to wait 2 years to see it happen.
Yes, yes. And then who else? Who else? I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't.
Who?
The guy we hate, like really hate.
Oh, Cole, Kristen Cole.
Kristen Cole, thank you.
No,
So we
Kristen Cole.
we we get it. We get a short scene with Kristen Cole and
Yeah,
Gwen, which kind of a really good freaking scene with Kristen Cole. I have to admit, where Kristen Cole is like, yeah, we're basically leading ourselves into oblivion. That's
yeah,
what we're doing. The dragons are on the board, and I don't know how to defeat them other than with other dragons. And I don't. You don't have a dragon, and I don't have a dragon, so we're probably dead.
yep. We're probably dead. Yeah.
I mean, but like, did you see that whole conversation where Gwaine is holding the sword to Kristen Cole's neck, and then you look behind him, and all the men have just stopped, and they're just watching this happen.
Yeah. um, but what's it called? I think I think what's it called? I think Kristen Cole is as good as done with Allison, right? I think it's
Yeah,
over now.
I mean, he was cleaning his sword with her handkerchief.
Yeah. You want once again, you lose on another one, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, how it goes.
that's how it goes,
Stacy
buddy.
Stacy says conceived after mud wrestling, a motto, a mini, a Mississippi license plate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. um, but what's it called? Yeah. At least we got to see Kristen. No Hightower, Brad. No Otto.
We did get a glimpse of Otto
Where?
at the very end. He
Oh yeah,
is
but
he's in a cell.
yeah. Okay,
So
so
that's where
that's who
Otto's
that
been the
was.
whole time.
That's who that was. I
Yeah, that was
didn't
Otto.
notice who that was, but that was fucking Otto.
That was
Okay,
Otto. He is trapped somewhere in a cell.
yeah. So next season we're gonna try to get him out of there.
I guess. I
Yeah,
mean, it looked like somebody was trying to get him out.
yeah. I think it was. I don't know. I don't know if it was Allison, but it looks like somebody's trying to get him out. But yeah, man. So of course the scene that what's it called? I wanted to talk here. Like somebody wanted to finally, what? And this is what really frustrates me about Allison. Because what's it called? Rhaenyra tries to do the same thing earlier in the season. She's like, "What's done is done.
Blood
We
is
have to go to
blood.
war now." But Allison finally realizes, I think my kid's about to get me into worse shit. I think my kid is absolutely unfit to be king, and he's gonna get me into worse shit. And nobody's listening to me. Nobody actually even wants me in that room. I know no shit. So now she goes back
Well,
she goes to
there's another layer there too, and that's Helena or Helena.
yeah. Helena wants nothing to do with this.
Yeah. So Allison is trying to. Allison is using the excuse she's trying to save her.
Which is like it's not true.
I
Like
mean, it's not completely true. There probably is partial
some
truth
truth
in
to
that,
it.
but
Yeah.
that's not the whole truth. Allison is
No.
trying to get herself out of the situation.
Yeah. It's like Elena wants nothing to do with this. So what's it called? After Eamon has that conversation with what's it called, Helena, it really seems like Eamon's pretty what's it called, dead set on having Helena ride. So it's like I don't give a fuck if you don't want to do it, you're gonna do it.
And
Um,
and that's when Helena drops the truth bomb
it's like, hey, I know
on
what you did.
Eamon, and like,
Yeah.
I know what you did, and I'm not doing nothing for you. And then Eamon's like, I could have you killed, and just like badass, she's like, that wouldn't change nothing.
Nope. It changes nothing in this grand scheme. What's it called? Nothing. Um, but yeah, Allison comes back. I mean, goes to Daenerys, I'm sorry, Rhaenyra, and asks to not have this happen. And Rhaenyra, this time around is like, why? Now you want to come. Now you want
Now,
to do this.
after I have like 7 dragons lined up
Yeah.
and an army at Harrenhal, you come
And
knocking at my
also,
door.
you're only thinking about yourself. She's like basically telling her like you're only thinking about yourself. You don't know what's about to happen, but she makes the plan, and it seems that they agree on it. That what's it called? Because she was still like thinking about like she was just thinking about herself when she's like, I can get Aemon to what's it called bend the knee, and it's like, no, you can't. You can't, and you're not thinking about how that will play for what's it called Rhaenyra because you think that Aemon would bend the knee. Hell no,
No,
hell
Aegon
fucking
maybe.
no.
Aemon
Aegon,
no.
bro. But she makes the what's it called the deal. You come, I will give you because it all comes back to what to the fucking title for the first episode, Brad. A son for a son.
Yep.
It all comes back to what it wasn't the title of the first episode, but
Well,
what's it called?
and Rhaenyra in this instance is not wrong when she states that Aegon has to die.
Yeah,
There's no way that she can rule with him still alive
yeah.
without the people backing him or him possibly coming
But
back.
the blockade is pretty much making the people turn on Aegon now.
Yeah, and Aemon's decisions in that, and he's making another decision where now they have to search the shipping boats or the fishing boats before they're
Yeah.
allowed to leave and come back, which is going to put even more strain on the food sources.
Yep. So it's like, okay, you're kind of screwed on both ends. But she's right. Aegon is a threat to her having her clear line of succession.
Yeah, because he's already they've already gone through this whole thing and stated that they are the heirs,
Yeah.
and I mean that is an issue.
Yep. So it's like, what's it called? So she's like, he has to die, and Allison agrees. He's
Allison
like,
agrees.
I mean, but then again, Allison is like, my kid's crippled. He's like,
He's half burnt.
he's
He's
half burnt.
toasty.
I
His
think in
penis
her
is
mind,
gone.
in her mind, she's like, she can't do shit anymore.
He's basically half dead anyway.
Yeah, but she agrees to it. but what she doesn't know is that Laris,
Lara Strong is escaping with him because
she's taking him to
I
Essos, right?
look, first season Lara Strong, we're like, man, this dude's an asshole. He just burned his whole family. This
Yeah,
season, Lara Strong, we're like, okay, what? Okay, I get. Is he doing it for himself because he can't really control Aemon, and Aegon's the best play he has? Maybe, but at the end of the day, he's still trying to save this kid's life.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, man. She what's it called? So he agrees, but that's just
But how bad is that your mom has sold you off just to be sacrificed?
yeah. Well, once again, in the grand scheme of things, yep.
This could have been all prevented too.
This really, yeah, it really all could have been. Look, could have been prevented a long while ago if Aemond would have been fucking around and killed just Luce,
Look,
Sarah's.
yeah,
And I truly believe that is still. There's a lot of things, right? What's it called? Aemond getting his eye cut, but I think where it really went sideways was Lucerys getting killed
Yeah,
and
I
that
mean,
dragon getting killed too.
yeah, Vagar having a snack.
Yeah, yeah. So at this point, it's like, okay, we'll do that. But I love the way that those last scenes go. Of course, what's it called? Damon, what's it called? Brings the army. Bela finds a dragon. So
Is it
Bela now
Bayla?
has, huh?
Is it Bayla?
Yeah, it's Bela. It's the what's it called? The black girl with silver hair,
No,
right?
no, I know. There's two sisters though. I think I forget what the older one's name is.
Um, it's not. Is it Bela or is it what's it called?
I think the older one's Bayla. I think the one,
Reina. It
yeah,
was
that,
Reina. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. She's trying to get sheep stealer or sheep killer, whatever the hell that dragon's name is. Which, by the way, that dragon's roar had me laughing
yeah,
because
yeah,
it was so deep.
yeah.
Like, "Roar."
But Reina has a dragon now, so that's eight dragons. That what's it called? The sheep. That what's it called? The
If she
Rhaenyra
doesn't get
has.
eaten, they left that on a cliffhanger too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she don't.
No, I don't think she don't. She don't.
I
But
mean, but is she going to stay at the Vale now and hang out there, or is she going to like do the job she was supposed to do? Because let's be real here. If I'm Rhaenyra and Rhaena comes back with the dragon, and my two kids are alone somewhere in Essos or wherever the fuck they went, I'm yelling at Rhaena because she did the opposite of what I asked.
yep.
Like, I'm glad you brought a dragon and you can ride a dragon, but where are my kids?
Yeah.
We have an issue.
But what's it called? Yeah, she has a dragon now. The Greens have a fleet now, and everything is set, man. There's everything is set and it's
Oh,
ready to go.
and then the Green's new dragon is coming in as well.
Yeah,
The brother is going to be in season 3, I'm guessing.
yeah, I would think so, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
because the Cobalt Blue dragon that showed
yeah,
up.
yeah. So everything is set, man. I have to say, like I said, I love this episode. When this whole season, I love this season. I think they've done a great job with the show. I don't think I love it as much as season one. I think that season one just had more moments where I was like really glued and I was really impressed. But I still really like this episode, man. I really like
It's a
this
good
episode. I
season.
really like the season. Um, the music was great. I've loved the cinematography this season. I think they actually improved with the cinematography this season. No more day for night where they just shot like really dark scenes.
Hmm.
I think they improved on that a lot. Um, but man, I'm really excited for season 3, man. I don't know exactly how far
2
we're going. I don't
years.
know how much more. I don't know if House of the Dragon is only adapting the Dance of the Dragon storyline or is it gonna adapt more of the Targaryen dynasty. But what's it called? If it's just doing the Dance of the Dragon, then I'm gonna guess then we've got at least 2 more seasons left, Brad. But what Brad? What's your final verdict on this episode, and what's your final verdict on the season?
I think this episode is um it's not as action packed as I was hoping it would be. To be
No,
honest,
but hey,
after the two, but I get why
we
they
got
did it.
Rook's Nest, but we got Rook's Nest
We
this
got Rook's
season.
Nest. So Rook's
Yeah,
Nest, I changed to a 9.5.
yeah,
I think I'm going to give this episode a 9.25 because I like this episode. But again, I was expecting a little more action in it.
mm-hmm.
Um, but again, it puts all the pieces, which I'm going to have to come back and watch because I'm not going to remember in 2 years all this. So there's that. But it puts
Yep,
all the pieces together for an epic battle. I mean, I know we've been saying it for the past 2 episodes, but
yeah,
they're there. They're there. They're ready to go. I want to see what happens to all these characters. I want to know what's going on with Otto. I want to know, how this all ends up.
yeah,
Aemon and Damon, and I think season 3 is going to be quite fantastic. I think season 3. I'm going to say it here. I think season 3 will probably be better than the last 2 seasons.
yeah. Well, I think season 3 is about to be the massive. What's it called? A massive epic that we thought
Yeah.
that we thought this was gonna be, but it's not. But yeah, I really like this, man. Brad. So what's it called? 9.25 for the episode. What about the season?
Season season I'll probably give
John's still saying doesn't want it.
I don't want it. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yep.
Um, I give the season. What did I give? Shogun. Did I give Shogun a 9 or
I
9.25?
don't remember, Brad.
I think this deserves a 9.25 out of 10 as well
Yeah.
for the season.
It's like, fuck if I know, Brad.
I mean, I rank it up there with Shogun. I mean, I enjoyed both these shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I I'm gonna go ahead and give House of the Dragon, what's it called, season 2, episode 8, a 9 out of 10. Really like this episode. And I'm gonna give this the season, I would put season 1 at like a 9.25. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this like an 8.75. It was a damn good season. I enjoyed it a lot. And just I love this show, man. George isn't gonna be in the writers' room next season, so we're gonna see how that changes now. But you press like, yeah, George is in the writers' room next season, so we'll see how that's gonna work out. But Brad, I also don't entirely know what's George's contribution to
Yeah, I
the
don't know
show.
what George is. George just sitting in there and being like, "Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah,
Pudding.
like I don't know what George's contribution is with this show. Like,
Do you like my hat?"
yeah, yeah,
I don't
but
know either.
yeah, who the
I, I
fuck
mean,
knows?
but I don't know. Like from what we've heard about Elden Ring, he was doing a lot of writing for Elden Ring,
Well,
or
he was doing the world building for
yeah,
that.
he was doing the world building. So I don't know. Maybe that's what he's been doing is the world building, and the world's built. It's been 2 seasons.
Yep. So yeah, man, that this is right up there. I think I like this more than Shogun. Let me see where this is
I
at.
think
Like,
they're pretty close to me.
yeah.
I don't know. I like the world of Shogun as well.
So this is where my top 10 is right now, guys. Number 10, we have Ted season 1.
Ted is still on the board.
Yep. Abbott Elementary season 3. Fallout season 1. Shogun season 1, which now I'm calling it season 1 because we have a season 2 confirmed. So fuck. The Bear season 3. House of the Dragon season 2, True Detective Night Country, X-Men 97 season 1, The Boys season 4, and of course Expats.
You
That's my
know,
number 1.
and we still have the Penguin and Dune.
Doom
So
Prophecy, Lord of the Rings of Power
we still
season
have
2,
Batman, Cape Crusader.
Cape Crusader. Yep.
So unfortunately, this is probably the last time Ted is going to be on the list. It has lasted 8 months.
Yeah. Yep.
On that list.
Like at least now I can say, Brad, like I have a top 10 that I'm kind of proud about. Like I don't mind that Ted's in there.
There is nothing wrong with Ted season 1. That shit's funny.
Yeah.
It's a great comedy show.
But it's lasted in that.
But it's been 8 months and Ted season 1 is still on Raul's list.
Yep.
Which is terrific.
Probably got the RR in the credits spelled right? Yeah, yeah. No, he's there to get mad at them because they're doing 3 feet. They're doing 3 separate feet in the Targaryen sigil, and they're making them change it to 2. Yeah, that's what he's there for. Solo. Yep.
Solo.
Ayden lost the title last night because Solo Sikoa couldn't beat Cody Rhodes. Yeah. But that concludes our review of House of the Dragon season 2, episode 8, and our season 2. What's it called? The watch is done, guys. We're done. It was a great season. Enjoyed it a lot. But we have now Batman Caped Crusader to look forward to. We will be reviewing season 1 of Caped Crusader.
It's time to binge, Ayden.
So, I never haven't seen the single episode 1 to see it. It's time to binge, bro. Caped Crusader. We're doing a review next week on Friday. So we're gonna be doing that season 1 review.
Actually, that might have to change. By the way, we'll talk about that after.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out when we're gonna do that. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that show. We're gonna be reviewing that, and we got more shows to look forward to, guys. Right now, as of we know, Lord of the Rings of Power season 2. We have the Penguin show, which I don't know if it's a season or it's a miniseries.
It's a miniseries.
Miniseries. Okay, so we have the Penguin.
Miniseries.
Yeah, and then we have, of course, Doom Prophecy, which I think that's the season, but I don't know yet. But we have those 4 shows to look forward to right now.
On the cliffhanger.
Yep. We're not stopping anytime soon, bro. We're not stopping anytime soon. But here's good. Batman Cave Crusader looks. Yeah, I'm really excited to watch Batman Cave Crusader. So I'm gonna be starting that this soon. So really excited to watch that. But Yeah, of course, keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, patreon.com/Nerdcore. Discord link is in the description below. You can talk to us about House of the Dragon. You can talk to us about Game of Thrones and all that stuff. Next year looks fucking stacked, guys. We got a lot more shows to do, so it's gonna be awesome. As long as
Oh,
there's shows coming out, we're still doing this, Brad.
oh! Shout out to all the viewers and new subscribers and
Oh yeah, I
everything
have a
we
ton of
got
new
in.
shows. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you all.
Thank you guys. Yep. New subs, new people chatting. We really do appreciate it. I know y'all are liking the shorts, so we'll enjoy those shorts. But that's all we have for House of the Dragon, Brad. And it'll probably get well, we actually watching a lot of shows this season. I mean this year. So what's it called? This year we'll also have a top 10 mini series / seasons when
Yeah.
we do it. So it'll probably get mentioned when we come back to that and this at the
So
end of the year.
we're watching television for our patrons.
Yeah, we've been watching that. But I'm talking about 2024.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
2024 shows. But that's it called that. It's been a fun time, guys. I can't wait to get through all these next shows that are coming out. But for now, that's all we got for you guys. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, click the notification bell, 5-star on your favorite podcast app of choice, and follow us on your favorite podcast app of choice. All that helps us out so much. We will see you guys tomorrow on Patreon for our review of Toby Dammit. We're doing Fellini month number 2. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. I went ahead and let Brad choose a short film this time.
I didn't
So,
realize it was a short film until Raul told me it was a short film. I'm like,
yeah.
still looks kind of good.
Bro wanted to do the whole fucking anthology series. That's what he wanted to do. And I was like, Brad, that's an anthology series. No,
Okay.
that's not a.
We're
that's not a
gonna have to go watch the other movies in that because they look kind of good too.
Yeah, I wish I knew where I could find them though. But what's it called? We're doing that on Patreon on Monday. But for the public at 12 o'clock, you're gonna get our review of Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1. Yes, Too Fellini, Too Furious. Yes, sir.
Too Fellini, Too Furious.
Yeah. Godzilla
Fast
-1
for
tomorrow
y'all,
for
man.
everybody. 12 o'clock Central Time. Enjoy that. And then on Thursday, Patreon, we have our review of Brother. If I can get over that, or else we're gonna have to decide something else. But we'll figure that out. My friend has not seen the message yet, so yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, Brad. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, but with that said, Brad, let's go ahead and get them the hell out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you, being host as always. Thank to everyone who joined us in chat today. Stacy, Ayden. Thank to our listeners out there, Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I'm just gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. Young Yoda